Hello, everybody. My name is Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. Welcome to my Tuesday night live video and live class. We are streaming to both Facebook and YouTube, so you can watch on whichever platform you prefer. Today is Tuesday, September 26th, 2023. It is 5 p.m. Central Time, which means live at 5. And I promise I'm more fun than the 5 o'clock news. Anyway, if you are watching live or the replay, please leave a comment. Let me know you are here watching, especially if you're watching the replay. I do go back and comment back on those. So, hey, Alicia. So I'll just wait till a few people. Hey, Leslie. Right that they're in. You guys, it is gloomy here today. I love it. Rainy weather is my favorite. Absolute favorite. And hi, Lisa. I have to admit, though, I hit a wall this afternoon. I just became so tired, and I don't know what I did, but I got my energy back. So we're ready. But I did post over on Instagram in my stories. I had to go. Okay. I randomly remembered this like snack that yeah, hey Lori, hey mom, definitely more fun than the news. But I randomly remembered this afternoon some snack that I used to have like when I would bring lunch from home in elementary school, and I was trying to figure out if my mom like remembered what the snack was, and she didn't. So I googled it and I found out what they were. It's called Grips. They're like little tiny Cheez-Its and like chocolate chip cookies, and I loved them when I was a kid. And so I went into the Target app to search and see if that's like a thing that still exists. And I typed in Target. So I was still tired at that point, I guess. Hi, Kelly. Hi, April. So I don't know. Anyway, I might flub a few words tonight and you just bear with me, okay? Because I love the rainy weather, but it does make me tired. It's also really cold here. So I've got my like Sherpa sweater on, and now of course I'm hot, so I got to take it off. But I also don't like stamping in sleeves. Can you guys relate to that? Like sleeves drive me nuts when I'm stamping, but I'm in the basement, so I get cold. Yeah, I did need a snack, Lori. I ate some goldfish before I came on live, and maybe that's what did it for me because I'm great now. Anyway, all right, I am going to, I know 3/4 sleeves, but I don't think I actually even have any 3/4 sleeves. I have in the past, but I don't think I have any now. Usually I just roll them up, but that Sherpa is just so hot. So, okay, I'm going to flip my camera so you can see my desktop. I'm going to talk to you about the Very Cute Christmas series because that's closing registration soon, and I don't want you to miss out if it's something you're planning to register for. So let me flip this down. I'm going to pull up the graphic on my iPad. So sorry if there's any weird lighting things, but we'll try our best. Oh, let me make that brighter. Oh, it's all the way as bright as it can be. Never mind. I don't want to put that light on Deborah's hat. There we go. That's maybe better-ish. I am doing the Very Cute Christmas series with my friend Deborah Harrison, and I'm going to put the iPad away because it's kind of obnoxious. But anyway, we'll put it back there. I am doing the Very Cute Christmas series with my friend Deborah Harrison from Texas. We are super excited for it. Registration closes this Saturday, September 30th. Okay. Can you believe it's already the end of the month? That's kind of scary. Anyway, so we are featuring 2 bundles, and basically I wanted to do like a little tiny mini snippet of what this is. I've talked about it a lot. So if you do have any questions, please do reach out and let me know. You can message me, you can comment here, you can email me. However, just let me know if you have questions. I'm happy to answer those. But think of it basically, it's 10 weeks of Christmas. That's what it is. We're just calling it Very Cute Christmas series because that sounds cuter. So Deborah and I have each designed 5 projects using these 2 bundles. So I worked with Marius Trees. Deborah worked with Very Cute. And the projects are to die for. You are going to love them. So basically what will happen is every week or every Saturday from October 14th through December 16th, you will receive 1 project sheet in your email inbox. Okay. This is for all of my email newsletter subscribers. You have to be on my email newsletter in order to get the project sheet, okay? So you will get that, and you can decide. You can either, look at it and move on. Oh, the enchiladas are in the oven. Welcome, Debbie, Sherry, Carolyn. Oh, and Alicia gets my sleeve thing. Hi, Keisha. Yeah, the sleeves. Anyway. Squirrel. So you can choose to look at the project for that week and move on, or you can choose to cut your own supplies at home and make the project. Or if you would like, Deborah and I are offering pre-cut kits, so you can craft along with us each week and you don't have to do any of the prep work. All you have to do is stamp, cut a few things, right? And I don't even, maybe I shouldn't say this. I should double check Deborah's projects. There's no fussy cutting with my projects. I can promise you that. I would have to double check hers, and I'm not going to do it during this because they're a surprise. So there possibly isn't even any fussy cutting, which is awesome. I'm not a fan of that, but it's okay. We do it when we have to. And yeah, it's going to be super awesome. There's something else I was going to say about that, but the train left the station. Anyway, so if you are interested in the pre-cut kit, registration for that is open through Saturday. Then it is closing. Okay, so that is open to anyone in the US, whether you are a customer, demonstrator, follower, whoever. You are more than welcome to join us for that. Okay, so because these bundles are offered as add-ons for the Very Cute Christmas series, I can't post the registration link on social media. That's against Stampin' Up's rules. And I'm a rule follower, so I'm not going to disobey. So if you do need the registration link, please email me, message me, comment here, etc. I can't comment the link here, but so don't comment, just message me. Taking that back. Anyway, hi Kathleen. Hi Lynn. So if you have questions, let me know. I think that's all I have to say about that. But yeah, if you do have questions, of course, comment them. I'm happy to answer anything you want to know. You do not need to create with the same bundles that we're using. Obviously, that's what we designed with. So if you want to create with those, you are more than welcome to. But you can also swap out for something else you have as well. And then if you super like one of the projects, you can create more. So it'll be super fun. I'm really excited about it. This is actually the third year I am offering a kind of X number of weeks of Christmas. So the past few years have been 12 weeks. This year we are doing 10 weeks and you're going to love it. So I should mention too, the kit does come with Stampin' Up product. So you'll get about $35 in like ribbon, embellishments, designer series paper, stuff like that. And you also get some really cool pillow gifts. I think I mentioned this last week, but Deborah is the queen at pillow gifts. And so we've got some amazing things. I helped, but we've got some amazing gifts for you too. So okay, moving on to this week, what we're doing tonight. Tonight we are playing with the Pick of the Patch bundle. You can see this one's super fun. It is a photopolymer stamp set, and the bundle actually comes with a punch. So we have this fun punch. I'll flip it, but hopefully it won't blind you. Oh, there's my face. So it's a fun punch here. I have to tilt it slightly. There. Can you see it better? You can see my phone. You can see it cuts out these 4 images. Hi, Joan. Finally, you're here. Welcome. So it cuts out these 4 images. We are going to use the punch tonight. And where's my other project? Hold on. I left my other project. Can't forget to show that to you. So this is the first project. We are not going to put this one together on tonight's live, but this is another idea for you using this stamp set. And it is super cute. This one actually does not use any of the images from the punch. I fussy cut those. Hi, Jareth. So yeah, we're going to fussy cut tonight. Are you ready? Anyway, so this is the one I shared on my blog on Monday yesterday, using some fun colors. I just kind of wanted to use the stamps I hadn't already used. So we've got the tree and the crow and the gourd, and yeah, that's what we went with there. So that is that card. Let me show you the 3 cards we are going to create together tonight. So we've got this super fun one. Yes, it is fresh freesia. The crow is in fresh freesia. So we've got this one. This one I think is beautiful. Jared, you like fussy cutting? I don't agree with you. I am not with you there, but I will do it if I have to. You are going to love this week's class then. I can assure you that. We've got this fun Halloween one, and then we've got this cute little blessings one, Harvest of Blessings. So this one actually I wanted to mention real quick, for my team members. If you haven't gotten my swap cards yet, this might look familiar when it shows up in your inbox later, or your not your inbox, your mailbox. So yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, at least I know the closer, Alicia, you should have gotten yours maybe. And those of you farther away, Janet, I don't know if you did. Anyway, so hopefully that doesn't spoil the surprise, but I loved it so much we had to do it tonight. So we are going to make one of each of these cards. Oh, thank you, Alicia. She did receive hers, and she said it's even more beautiful in person. Well, I love that. I meant to show you the swap cards I received from my team members tonight, but I forgot them upstairs. So we'll do that next week. Darn tired brain. Anyway, we are going to make one of each of these together tonight. And if you would like to get the card kits for tonight's live class, the Pick of the Patch class to go, you can go ahead and place an order in my online store. Let me flip this. Place an order in my online store this week for $35 or more before tax and shipping will get you the card kits to make 2 of each of these cards. I'm going to show you tonight for free how to put them together, but if you'd like the kits, you can absolutely order that. If you place an order of $50 or more before the tax and shipping, you'll also get a full, not sad little pack of rustic metallic dots from me. We are going to use these on all of our projects. Now, the other thing you're going to want for tonight for these cards is your chamois, because we are going to switch up some pumpkin colors. So we are going to go ahead and get started. And this is the very first card we're going to start with. I failed to mention, by the way, let me just add this in quick. When you do place your order, you will want to use this host code. Sorry, brain fart. You'll want to make sure you use this host code when you check out. That's how you can get the class. If your order does go over $150, skip the host code. You'll get Stampin' Rewards, and I will still send you the class, okay? And you do not need to remember the host code. It is linked in the description, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. So if you just click that link, you'll already be good to go, okay? Yes, Kathleen, I'm with you. Not a fan of fussy cutting. Will if I have to, but dies and punches are definitely the way to go. And Debbie, yes, I will share colors. I don't share measurements. That comes in the PDF with the class as that extra little freebie. So, but we will share colors, absolutely. So, and these cards are all shared on my blog as well. So this one went out today, and the other ones will go out tomorrow and Thursday. And those also have supply lists as well if you wanted to look at that. So this card kit will have a wild wheat card base. Can you believe it? I love this color now. I maybe didn't before, but I love it now. You'll have a wild wheat layer. You'll have a basic white layer. You'll have a piece of basic white that we are going to stamp and cut our pumpkins and leaves and stems and things with. Oh, funny. That's funny, Kathleen. You will have a petal pink circle die cut from the Stylish Shapes dies, and then a piece of linen thread for each of your cards. Okay, so we're going to start with stamping because that's the best way to start. I'm going to grab my foam mat because these are photopolymer stamps, so I like to have a little bit of a cushion underneath. And if you are looking for this, because I had this question recently, if you are looking for this mat in my online store, it is called the Stampin' Pierce mat. So we are going to start with some early espresso ink. Grab my sentiment that says, "Thanks so much." Stamp that right into our circle here. Okay, now I was really nice and really mean with this card because we can punch some images, and we also will have to fussy cut some. You suffer from it too, Alicia. Yeah, there's just some things. Sometimes the train just leaves the station. Okay, so let me show you what we're doing here. So this is the side of the punch. This is how I look at it when I'm going to punch images, okay? We've got this stem up here. So what I'm going to do is ink up my stem and line it on the bottom because I know I can feed that into my punch and punch those out, okay? So we need 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. And needless to say, tonight's live video might be a little bit longer than normal because we're fussy cutting. And yeah, yes, it kind of got a bad rap. I think the problem was, I'm just going to show you. I think the problem is in the annual catalog, they used it on this card, and I think it just turned people off because it's a nice card, but in the spring, I don't think that people were like super duper excited about it. You know what I mean? So I think it just got a little bit of a bad rap, but I do really like it for fall. So Yes, Lynn, I'm so excited for you. Were you the one who asked me about it? I don't remember now, but yeah, it's definitely exciting. Okay, so next up, I'm looking here. We have this pumpkin, which is this punch right here. Okay, hi Teresa. So we are going to grab that pumpkin and our Calypso Coral ink pad, and I'm going to stamp it over to the side over here because it'll feed into our punch that way. Okay, yeah, it was. Okay, I'm so glad you got one, Lynn. Hi Deborah, welcome. Yeah, it is so good for fall. I like it now. I bet it'll be really pretty for Christmas cards too. So, okay, we've got that with Calypso Coral. Then let's see, what do I want to do next? We've got this fun leaf. Now this leaf is a little bit difficult. I might come back to stamping the leaf in a little bit, okay? Oh, Lori, that's pleasant. Okay, so we have got now, let's go to Petal Pink. We've got this fun pumpkin. Now, of course, you can use different colors for your pumpkins. I saw a card similar to this from my friend Dina Rico, and I thought, that's cute, and I'm gonna make it too. So I don't know that I used all of the same colors that she did, but we've got fresh freesia now. We're gonna use that tall and skinny pumpkin and stamp that here. Okay, let's see what else. We've got our little tiny baby pumpkin with our pumpkin pie ink. Hi, Anne. And we are going to stamp that. Let's go over here because I don't really want to put anything above this Calypso Coral pumpkin until we punch it out, just because I don't know if like stuff happens. You know what I mean? Okay, so we've got a couple of things left to stamp, but I want to wait to do those leaves until I can punch. You know what? We could flip this. Let's do that. We're going to flip it like this. And I've got wild wheat, and we need 4 leaves. No, 3 leaves. I don't know. You can use 3. You can use 4. And I'm going to punch them down here. No, I'm not. You know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to cheat so I don't have to pull out my trimmer. I'm going to grab a strip of basic white. And we're going to stamp them on here because the top is going to get cut by these pumpkins. So I want to be a little bit cautious of that. Yes, freesia does give me pink vibes sometimes too. I don't know if my camera's picking it up super well, but I think with the Calypso here, it looks really nice. Now, wild wheat is a very rich color, so I am stamping it off for one of my leaves, okay? We're just going to do 3. Okay, so we've got all of these pieces. They can all be punched and fussy cut, but before we go there, let's grab our relatively clean, messy scrap paper. And I'm going to grab this basic white layer and then this little leaf stamp, okay? And we are going to start with Petal Pink. And I am going to just stamp some leaves at the bottom that will kind of be the ground underneath our pumpkins. Okay, and you can just kind of mix and match them. And they are all falling leaves going in many different directions. So put them wherever you kind of want them to. Now we're going to grab our chamois and clean this guy off. Like my chamois messy too. Deborah's on here. She's going to make a comment. Thank you for sharing, Kathleen. Oh, Alicia said she is excited. Hi, Nancy. You are not watching after my live. I am live right now, Nancy, so you are good. All right, we are going to stamp some wild wheat leaves. And you can see my wild wheat is very juicy. So when it stamps, it's actually a lot darker than it'll dry. It dries a lot lighter. So you might experience the same. I noticed that with all of the new in color pads that I got at least. Yes, I am live. Thank you all. Okay, so we are also going to stamp. What are these called? Somebody help me out here. What are they called? I call them curly cues. So that's what we're going with. But I am going to stamp these onto my card. Now you can choose to do this after you've placed some pumpkins or vines. That's so boring. Tendrils. Okay. I'm going with curly cues. You could choose to stamp them after you've placed some pumpkins, but I kind of have this card as a reference. So I'm just going to kind of place them around. And then, you know what, the pumpkins won't be an afterthought, but I can kind of move them a little bit where I need them, okay? So we've got those, and then let's stamp. I kind of want to go far out a little bit just to make sure that they are seen, maybe like that. I think that looks good. Okay, so we have done all of our stamping for this one. Curly Q is, yeah, definitely way more fun. Yes. Oh, streamers. Okay, Kathleen said streamers. Very interesting. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to punch some pieces. So we are going to start. This piece might be too thick. Look at, I have to pull my trimmer out anyway. That's okay. All right, we're just going to trim some of that off so it fits in our punch. And then we'll feed these through and try not to lose any pieces, but no guarantee there. Okay, so we'll just punch these. You can see the tip of that one got kind of cut. It's all good. I stamped them too high on my piece, but we're leaving it. All right, so we've got our leaves. Okay, grab these pieces here, get them off my workspace. And then we've got these. So we can go ahead and punch our stems. You can tell that nothing else will get cut here, so that's good. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, and then we'll feed in this larger pumpkin and punch this out. And now we get to fussy cut. Aren't you so excited? Okay, so try not to throw away anything we need. There's all of our stems, our pumpkin, and we've got our snips. Luckily, these are just kind of, you know, cylinders, circles, ovals, so they shouldn't be too difficult. And we can probably fussy cut them pretty easily, right? Okay, so we'll start with the little baby one. Look how cute that little pumpkin is. And we are going for decent here. All right, so we'll just curve around. Okay. Have to concentrate while I fussy cut. There's 1. Here's number 2. The nice thing is if you accidentally like lop off part of one of the pumpkins, you could just cover it with a leaf. No boo-boos there, so that's okay. All right, we got it. Number 2. And last but not least, we will do pumpkin number 3. All right, a little curvy top there, and then the rest should just be rounded. And there we go. There are our fussy cut pumpkins. Oh, I are a college graduate. Yes, tendrils. I like to call them curly cues though. All right. Yes, Dreamers is a good idea to use them with birthday cards. I agree. Good idea, Kathleen. Okay, so we are going to add some seal or liquid glue if that's your pick. I like seal to the back of our basic white layer and get this onto wild wheat. Add some seal to the back of the wild wheat layer and add this to our card front. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and close this and burnish it. And then we get to have fun. So we are going to start by flipping over all of our pumpkins. Okay, I've put the tops of the pumpkins are all facing to the right. And I'm just going to run a little bit of seal towards the top. This is just to stick our stem down. Okay, you can also use glue dots, whatever. And you can give them little varying heights. Oh, and you can get them stuck to yourself. All right, so we've got this one. You can make them crooked just to make them look a little bit different. Stick this one on and this one. Okay, so we've got all of those added, so we can follow up by adding some dimensionals, of course. Yeah, Lori, I kind of have that issue too. It's hard to get it the same width, that's for sure. You can always, you know, make it bigger and then you can trim it down. That's what I would do. When I'm live, what I get is what we get, right? What's the saying? What you get's what you get, and you don't throw a fit or something. I didn't say that right. What is that saying? I don't think I said it right. Anyway, okay, so we are going to go ahead and layer our pumpkin. So I'm going to start with the one on the bottom. Then we'll go, how about this one? They really, really like to stick to each other. There we go. We're going to take the next one, and I can pick this pumpkin up just a little bit to sneak that under. Okay, then we'll do the fresh freesia pumpkin. You can see I'm going to cover the beginning of that curly Q just a little bit there. And then we'll take this pumpkin here, and he's crooked at the top, and nothing's going to fall because this is a handmade card. So you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. I did say it right. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. Don't forget. I don't think it's don't forget. Yes, blends on the pumpkin would look really nice too. You could also use your Stampin' Write markers before you ink them up or after you ink them up, or even use your daubers to add more ink colors. That would be really pretty too, and then they wouldn't be a solid colored image. All right, I added some seal to the back of our little leaves here, and then we're just going to stick them down onto our card. I put one down on the bottom. Okay, so next up we are going to add a little bit of seal. You can see I went kind of directly across from the break in these two pumpkins right over here. We will take our linen thread, and we are going to do a faux bow. So I've lined up the two edges here. We're looping the loopy in our fingers. We've got lots of fun sayings tonight. And then we're going to just oh gosh, look at this one. He is like, leave me alone. Okay, we're going to just loop this like it's a bow and let the little ends hang out. And then nobody will know that we didn't actually tie a bow. Right? Right. Okay, so then we will take some dimensionals. I'm going to just stick these on either side here of my linen thread and peel off the backings. And then we will take our sentiment and we can cover our dimensionals. So cute. All right, let's finish up with some rustic metallic dots. We are going to go one big one right there, one little one right there, and that is card number 1. Thank you, everyone. Oh, Lynn, what did you say? You get what you get, and you don't get upset. I like it because it rhymes better. But I think we always said you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. I don't know. All right, there's card number 1. Thank you, everyone. Let's go to card number 2. We are going to have to clean some stamps. So this is card number 2. We're going to make a spooky Halloween card with some purples and greens. So let's see. Let me pull out real quick. We need to clean this one, and I think that's it because these are all of our stamps this time. Wait, we also need to clean the leaves and the stem. There we go. All right, these ones haven't been used yet. Let's clean these ones off real quick because we are going to use them with different ink colors. Okay. Luckily, I think we only have one to fussy cut this time. That's a big, huge thumbs up from me. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie. Thanks, Alicia. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so let's take a look at this card kit for number 2. What you will get with this week's class to go. You will have a gray granite card base. You will have a basic black layer. You will have a piece of the, can anyone guess what DSP this is? It's going to be what you don't even expect. It is Zany Zoo. Right? It has some fun black and white. I loved this star pattern for this card. I thought that was so cute. Here's the other side there. So we will have a star pattern here. You will have a vellum shape. This is the coffin die cut. Die cut out of vellum. We can say that because this is a Halloween card. Yes, Zany Zoo. You're all right. You're all getting it. And this, you'll have a basic white banner die cut from the Nested Essentials dies. That's where the coffin is from too, but out of basic white for that one. And then a piece of basic white for your stamping, but I think we're going to use the leftover from card number 1. Save this piece for later. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with stamping. Best place to start. We'll grab our foam mat. I've got my banner to start. We are going to stamp Happy Halloween. I love that they put that sentiment in the stamp set because you've got all you need right in one set. So we'll ink that up and then stamp this onto our sentiment. Okay, now you can choose, absolutely, you can have your card go the same way that I do, or you can kind of flip it so you can have it go the other way if that's what you would like to do, okay? All right, let's leave, actually we'll close Blackberry Bliss for a second. And let's see, I think I need to grab this one. Okay, so we are going to go to Gorgeous Grape. And we are, oh, Kathleen, you're funny. With Zany Zoo. Yes, I love Zany Zoo too. No judgment. Yes. All right. I was just catching up on some comments. So we're going to go with Gorgeous Grape, and we're going to use that largest pumpkin. Again, this will be cut out with our punch, and it's over here. So we're going to stamp this on this side, okay? Gorgeous Grape is such a beautiful color. I love it. And I'm not even the biggest purple fan. For those of you who have been around for a long time, you know I live in Minnesota, but I am a fan of the Green Bay Packers. Hopefully none of you get mad at me for saying that, because I do know I have quite a few Vikings fans here, including my parents. Anyway, all right, this other punch here, or this other pumpkin here gets punched on this side. So we are going to stamp that over here. Okay, and you can see I stamped it that way because that's the way it gets punched. Yeah, I'm such a pink girl. That is really honestly the truth. I love pink. So, all right, we'll switch back to Blackberry Bliss for a second here, and we are going to stamp on our pumpkin face. I wanted to put this on just one of our pumpkins because there is only one face in the stamp set. So you guys are funny. All right, before we stamp anything else, let's punch these out so we know what kind of space we have and make sure nothing else gets lopped off. So we are going to punch that pumpkin, and then we can, oh, look, how funny am I? You might just have to trim around some things. That's the beauty of the punches that have lots to offer. Okay, and we are going to punch this out. Now, if you leave yourself enough space, you can actually not have to try to move it from the inside of the punch. Okay, so we've got those two punched. Let's dump this. All right, we've got those two. Now we need, let's see, I got to clean my workspace. You know me, clean as I go. Okay, so we have got to add, let's see, which way would be best? We can do our stems. How about next? So we are going to grab Lemon Lime Twist, ink these up, and here's the punch again. Okay, so the bigger end of our stem goes to the right. So we are going to stamp 3 of these. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Then we'll close this for a second and punch these out. Oh my gosh, I did it wrong again, you guys. That's okay. That's probably because I said I was a Packers fan. No, just kidding. Okay, anyway, it's fine. You just have to cut your pieces. Trim them a little bit to make it where it works, right? Okay, there's 1. There's 2. And oh, Debbie, that's a great idea. These stems would work great as snowman noses. Oh my gosh, you could make a snowman out of pumpkins. Wouldn't that be cute if you had just a bunch of little white snowman pumpkins? That would be adorable. Okay, let me clean this. And last but not least, and hopefully we do it right this time. I do it right this time. We are going to stamp our leaves to be punched. Okay, and we need 4 of these. So let's do it. Let's do it this way. This is a very well-loved piece of basic white. Okay, we are going to ink these up with Lemon Lime Twist. There's 1. There's 2. I don't know how far we'll make it. We'll go this way. There's 3. There's 4. Okay, we've got the 4 of those. Let's see if we can punch all of these or if I have to move them. We'll start this way. Okay, this one's good, right? Make sure you're not punching anything else out that you need, like your stamped image. Okay, this one, that'll be fine. Okay. And then this one. Look how beautiful this is. Crafting is not always neat, right? Right. Okay, so hold on. Let's rescue our 3 already. Okay, now this one. This is going to be fun. I got to feed this in. Perfect. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, so there is that. Now you do have a full pumpkin you can save for something else. We're not going to do that right now. Anyway, and we have one more pumpkin left to stamp and cut, but this one's going to be fussy cut. So we are going to do the smallest little pumpkin with Blackberry Bliss ink. I know, I'm going to have to try that idea now. That's a really cute idea. Okay, stamp down that Blackberry Bliss pumpkin. That is really hard to say. Blackberry Bliss. That's really a tongue twister. And we are going to fussy cut this one. Okay. So go all the way around here. Like Lori said earlier, we're going to have uneven white margins, but that's okay because done is better than perfect. And there we go. Now we can go ahead and assemble. So similar to before, let's start over here. We are going to add some seal to the back of our Zany Zoo DSP or our Zoo Crew DSP. Layer this onto our basic black layer. Okay, add some seal to the back of the basic black. And then we will layer this onto our Granny Apple, wow, gray granite card base. You know, brain works sometimes. All right, fold and burnish that. We can go ahead and add a strip of seal on the back side here of our coffin because we know we're going to cover that with our pumpkins, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and lay this down onto our DSP. Now you can put it wherever you want it. I'm leaving just a little bit over here on the left-hand side. You can see there where that seal is, right? So this is what we're trying to cover here. It is a really fun DSP for Halloween, yes. Okay, so then we are going to add some seal to the top of our pumpkins again. Okay, and then we can add our stems. All right, see this one, I wanted to be nice and only fussy cut one thing, and that's why we don't have any curlicues, because those would be, for me, they'd be impossible to fussy cut. All right, let's add some dimensionals to the back of our pumpkins. And I've already trimmed mine up ahead of time here. So we'll just add a couple and add one here. Make sure that fits. Okay, peel off the backings. And we will start to layer these. So we will add one there. I just love that gorgeous grape pumpkin a lot. Okay, one here. You can see how I'm just using that strip of seal to line up my pumpkins here to make sure those all get covered. Okay, so we've got that. Let's add some glue dots here. Thank you, Debbie. I really love using vellum when I kind of want to mute, like I wanted to mute the background a little bit so that the pumpkins would stand out, but I didn't want to use a solid color. So vellum came in to the rescue, and I love how it looks. So, all right, I have added all the leaves to a mini glue dot here. We'll go ahead and peel these off and we can stick them down underneath our pumpkins. Just slide them right in. Okay, we'll put one over here. And we will put some down at the bottom. Just like that. Okay, and then we'll finish off with some dimensionals on our sentiment here. So cute. I love this Halloween card. I do not do the gory, spooky Halloween. I really like the cutesy Halloween. So, okay, you can see I tucked the little tip of this banner underneath there. You can move it out farther too. And let's finish with some rustic dots. So we've got one there, one big one, and one little one there. And that is card number 2. Isn't this one fun? Ooh, Lori's going to use vellum on her challenge card. That's so exciting. There's card number 2. Let's go on to card number 3, and we are going to have to clean some stamps again. So this one here is card number 3. Let's see. We've got to clean this one, and this one, and also these ones, and this one. All right, let me scoot that to the side. Thank you all so much. You are so kind. And we will clean off our pumpkins and our stem and our curly cues. Okay, here's our stem. And this card is really fun, and we also only have to fuss out one thing. Okay, so that's always a good day in our book, right? Right. Okay, so let me move some stamps out of the way. There we go. This card kit has a Blackberry Bliss card base. Super cool and fun. A Blackberry Bliss layer. I will emboss this for you using the Timber 3D embossing folder. You will have 2 pieces of Very Vanilla. They will layer together, and the smaller one is the one we are going to stamp a little bit on. And then you'll have some basic white for your pumpkins and your sentiment, okay? So let's go ahead. We'll start with this Very Vanilla piece here and our foam mat. And I am going to grab pumpkin pie ink. And we are going to stamp our curly cues. Now the curly cues, you can tell in my sample, it was a little bit hard to tell where they were going to go. So this one, I might make them a little bit taller. And I know kind of in the center I'll have some space. Okay, and then we'll use the other curly cue as well. And then we can kind of place our pumpkins around them to make sure that we can see them a little bit better, okay? All right, so there's that. And let's see, I think we're done with pumpkin pie, so let me put that away. And then we can move on to this piece here. Now I'm going to start with our sentiment, which is a Harvest of Blessings and Blackberry Bliss ink. And I'm going to stamp this at the top so I can trim it and get it kind of out of the way to make sure it doesn't get accidentally punched later, okay? So I'm going to get my head over this. Beautiful. And we will go ahead and close up our Blackberry Bliss ink pad and trim our sentiment. Okay, so we're just going to line this up on our trimmer. I'm kind of looking at the bottom of that F there, and it's lining up with this opening here. And that is how I'm kind of cutting it to make sure I have that margin I want, okay? And then we'll just leave a little bit of a border on that side, and there's our beautiful sentiment. Okay, and then we can go ahead and stamp our pumpkins. Now we might need more basic white, which is why I'm good. It's good that I didn't use all of the ones from the last card. Okay, so let's start with stamping with Wild Wheat. Now I'm going to pull my punch back in, and we've got this one that feeds this way, right? So we are going to grab that pumpkin first and ink up and stamp this down. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I want kind of different colored pumpkins, is I'm going to go ahead and stamp off. And we're going to get 2 pumpkins out of Wild Wheat, but one will be darker and one will be lighter, okay? So let's go ahead and punch these out. There's one. And there's 2. Okay, so we've got those 2. Maybe we'll try to stamp around those. Okay, then we've got to do the bigger pumpkin with Calypso Coral. Now this is the one I don't know that I'll have enough space for. So let's pull in our bigger piece of basic white here. We've got our bigger pumpkin and our Calypso Coral ink. And we will ink one right here. And then the same thing as before, I want the different colors. So we're going to stamp right next to it and stamp off, okay? And that's going to give us the 2 different shades. I love doing this when I stamp because it's a really nice way to get double your colors, right? We have 50 colors, 50 ink pad colors, and this gives me 100. And some of the darker colors can be stamped off again, which gives you even more. All right, so we are punching these out. Okay, beautiful. And there's those. And then let me clear this. Okay, so then what we'll do is we will stamp our little stems, and these are going to be in early espresso ink, and we need 5 of them, okay? So we are going to go look at our stamp, and we'll do it right this time. I'm going to stamp 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go up a little bit. 4, 5. Okay. Close up early espresso and let's punch these out. I think the stems are the hardest to line up in the punch because it's really easy if they wiggle on you. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bunch of pieces will shoot out at you. And 5, okay? All right, we are done with the punch. Look, I've got all these pieces all over. Or they. All right, let's move off those stems, and then we have one last pumpkin to cut and then fussy cut. So we are going to grab this piece. I've got my petal pink ink pad and this cute pumpkin here, and we will ink this guy up and stamp that down, and then we'll go ahead and fussy cut. Okay, so let's move this out of the way and grab my snips. And there we go, lots of pieces. And let's go ahead and cut this out. Last fussy cutting. We can all cheer after this one. There's no more. You can also, if you do get the card kits for these, you can also choose to not fussy cut and stamp directly onto your cardstock pieces as well. Just keep in mind, I wanted to punch and fussy cut pieces out because I like having the leaves and the curlicues behind them. You could also just use the punched pumpkins if you really don't like fussy cutting, or you can choose, if you're crazy, no, just kidding. You can choose to fussy cut all your pumpkins if you want. Oh, that's funny, Lori. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead and we are going to assemble. Now, I am a seal girl, but I have noticed that lately I've been having a really hard hand, and so I ripped some of my cardstock. So because I know that that's going to cover my whole card front, I'm actually going to add the seal directly onto my card front. And then we are going to take our embossed piece and lay this down. Now you notice I used a lot of adhesive there, and that is because you want to make sure you have a lot of sticky stuff down when you are putting an embossed piece down, just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So we want all of that to be stuck down so nothing can go anywhere, okay? All right, we folded and burnished that. We can grab our very vanilla layer then that is stamped on, add some seal to the back, and layer this onto our larger very vanilla piece. Okay, we're going to add some dimensionals to the back of this. And have it jump away from us. Let's add one more in the middle. Peel off these backings. And then we will lay this onto the front of our card, okay? In the center is where I'm going with it, as close as I can. Let's go ahead and add the stems to our pumpkins, our cute pumpkins. Okay, so just adding that seal at the top again. And we'll lay these stems down. Now, when we dimensional these, what you'll notice is that you can kind of have a lot of fun with it, because depending on where you lay your pumpkins, you may need to double dimensional in some spots. You may choose to just lay some flat. You have a lot of options here. You can kind of do whatever you want with it. So, oh, really? Lori had problems with lemon lime twist. That's very interesting. Huh. I have not had that problem. I have had the problem where sometimes it rips up easier, but I haven't been able to not use seal on any of the cardstock. So that's really interesting. We'll have to get to the bottom of that. Okay. All right, let's add some dimensionals here. And maybe I'll skip dimensionals on my biggest two for this one so that those can lay flat on my card. Okay. So I'll just add some extra seal onto those. And let's go ahead and lay these down onto the card. So cute. Okay, peel off the backings for all of our smaller pumpkins. And then I'm going to line it up so that my stamped off wild wheat is not on the same side as my stamped off calypso coral. I'm going to put it on the other side. You can choose to have them kind of peek over the edge here if you'd like. And then we'll put our petal pink one in the center. So cute. And last but not least, second to last but not least, we're going to add dimensionals to the back of our sentiment here. Peel those off and then get this layered onto our card up at the top here. So cute. So once again, I used Very Vanilla with Basic White, and I love how it looks. That color was naughty. What? That is, dang it, lemon lime. All right, we are going to add some rustic dots. So I've got one big one there, one little one down here, and that, my friends, is card number 3. That is so fun. Hi, Brenton. That is the last of the cards for this week's Pick of the Patch class to go. So let me bring in all of the cards here. I hope you had fun joining me during tonight's live video. As a reminder, if you would like the make and takes for this week's class to go featuring the Pick of the Patch bundle, you can place an order in my online store through this Friday, September 29th, 2023. Your order has to be in by midnight Central Time in order to get the freebies, get this free class kit from me. So you will get, for an order of $35 or more before tax and shipping, you will get 2 of each of these cards. So you'll get to make all 6. Orders of $50 or more will get a full pack of rustic metallic dots as an extra gift from me that you can use on all of the cards, and you'll have lots left over as well for more creating. Let's see. I think I saw a question in here. Let me see. Yes, white and vanilla. Don't they look so good together? Thank you all so much. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any questions. I don't think I did. You have to remember to use vellum. I know, it's so nice. I love vellum. I do admit I go through phases where I'm like all in on something, and then I like get all in on something else, and then it's like, oh yeah, vellum or whatever it is. So, all right. As a reminder, also the very cute Christmas series, aka 10 Weeks of Christmas, the pre-cut kit closes registration on Saturday. So if you would like to join in, anyone in the US can join in on the pre-cut kit. If that's something you're interested in, please reach out to me. Either send me a message or an email, and I will get you that registration link and any more info that you need. Okay. My email is melissa@stampwithmelissa.com. 1 L, 2 S's. If you do a different variation of the L's and the S's, you will not reach me. Anyway, all right, that is also should be in the description if you're watching on YouTube. So, all right, I think that's all. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. If you have any questions, of course, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.